Alright, so I had the flu last week, so I'm not sure if I sound normal or not, but I think I'm good to go. Hopefully, you'll let me know. So just like anything else, there's a right way and there's a wrong way to use a credit card. If you learn how to properly use a credit card, you will find that you will earn great rewards and also earn money back on every purchase that you're making. I know that this isn't like a secret or anything, but I think that there should be an initiative to increase people's knowledge about how you can earn these rewards without falling into debt, because I think there's a lot of people that think that credit cards are just inherently evil, and I'm here to say that they are not. So by the end of this video, all this will make sense, I promise. All you need to do is stick with me here. And also, if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, that would mean so much and be very much appreciated. Now, I know there are a ton of people out there that are following Dave Ramsey to a T, which is great, especially for all the people that he's helped get out of debt. However, he also talks about how much he hates credit cards and no one should have a credit card and you shouldn't put anything on a credit card. So I'm here to kind of go over, if you are responsible with a credit card, it should be an option that you are utilizing every day for your day-to-day purchases. You could be missing out on reaping some major rewards and cashback options that everyone else is able to have that you are missing out on because you're not using a credit card. So first off, having a credit card is not about debt, and it's not a way for you to purchase things that you can't afford. At least shouldn't be how you are using. It seems like a lot of people use them incorrectly, which is, allowing them to spiral out of control and find themselves trying to dig out of debt constantly. Now this happens when you have less money saved, so less money in your bank account than what you're putting on the credit card month to month. You'll find that the key to this video, if you don't take anything else away, is that you need to pay off your credit card in full every single month. This is so important, I'm going to say it multiple times throughout the video. So if you're sitting there with $100 in your bank account and you go out to Amazon, you decide to buy this $427.99 diamond cell phone case plus $449 shipping, then you're someone that's using a credit card incorrect. Unless you just have a ton of cash in a bank account somewhere, then good for you. You're not in debt. I know that you're gonna pay this off every month. So for the rest of us, the goal is to put less on the credit card than what you have in the bank account or what you're bringing into your checking account every month. This is how you're going to be able to pay this off in full and not pay any interest, no fees for the credit card company. Personally, I like to keep my checking account about 2 times larger than what I estimate my credit card expenses for that current month. This allows me to cover any overage that I'm spending. Say that I'm estimating a credit card bill of $800. I would like to at least have $1,600 in the bank. This would cover anything else that I might spend over. Now this is for my checking account because that's what your credit card is going to be linked to. So hopefully you have another savings account that's going to be more than that you can transfer money into in case you have larger expenses for that month. So why would you ever use a credit card? The first reason is for security. I know that one of Dave Ramsey's major topics that he talks about with his viewers often to help them get out of debt is his envelope system, in which you put a certain amount of cash in an envelope and you don't spend any more than that for a week or a month, whatever the time period is that you're working on. Now, while I think this is a great way to make sure that you're not overspending, if you are responsible enough to do that and you are just self-disciplined in that way and you don't have any problem with the envelope system at all, you should be using a credit card because you're going to make money back on it. Also, back to security. If you have an envelope full of cash, and say that you're going to the store, or you just have the envelope of cash sitting on your desk at home, something that you're storing the money in, that can get lost or stolen. So if you're having cash stolen, you're never going to get that money back. Now picture it if you had just a credit card, and all you do is carry your credit card around your wallet, you don't have any cash. The credit card gets stolen or lost, there's really no harm done, because you can lock it, and if it wasn't locked properly and there are fraudulent expenses on there, you can have those fixed with a simple phone call to the credit card company that are going to then lock and remove those fraudulent expenses. At the end of the day, a credit card is just a piece of plastic that's a promise that you're going to pay this amount of money at a future date. It can also be a piece of metal for you fancy people out there, But either way, you're losing a piece of metal or a piece of plastic, there's really no harm done. A second huge benefit to a credit card are the points that you can earn on every expense that you're making. For example, I make 3% back on every time that I fill up my gas. And then I make 2% back on everything else I'm spending. So on average, I'm making over 2% back every single time I use the card. So every time I spend $100, I'm getting $2 back. It doesn't seem like a ton, but I put a lot of money on a credit card because of this, and that all adds up. These points have allowed me and my wife to take every vacation that we've had in the past 4 years without any of our real money. Also, the real beauty here is that I'm not spending any additional money in order to get this money back. I'm just simply taking anything that I'm spending money on now, putting it on the credit card, and then I get that percentage back. For example, we just bought a new washer and dryer and we got $30 back. We also purchased a new lawnmower, which gave us $9 back. Then we also bought a new couch, which gave us $20 back. So this is just the kind of expenses that we have that are just regular expenses. We will be buying this kind of stuff anyway, but it's nice to make that money back, and that's how much we made back in just a month. Plus all the other expenses, those are just 3. At the end of that month, we paid it off, and we paid off the credit card in full, so there was no harm done. We're not paying any interest there. A third big benefit of a credit card is the purchase protection. So think of this as like a free warranty. So picture yourself buying a new TV and then it's stolen right off your wall. Some credit cards are going to be able to refund you and allow you to purchase that brand new TV again without any loss on your end. So this is usually like a time frame within 90 days, but it's like a free warranty. So if you had done a cash payment here, unless you had bought a real warranty with this, hey, you wanna give us $40 for an extended warranty? That's how companies make their money. But anyway, if you hadn't done that, you'd be out of luck. Again, in this case, it just makes sense to use a credit card. So a fourth benefit here is the ability to earn sign-up bonuses. So if you are opening multiple credit cards and spending a certain amount within 60 days or 90 days, this is the bonus that you'll receive. So say that you open up a credit card, they say that you need to spend $1,000 in the next 3 months, and they'll give you $200. That's a 20% return. That's a lot of money returned in just such a short period of time. It's tough to find an investment. So I did make another video that had credit card churning involved, so you might want to check that out. I will link that in the description below. Now, for these benefits to work, all 4 of these, you need to make sure that you're paying off every time, every single month in full, so that you're not paying any interest, or else you will be losing money and you will be putting yourself into debt, which, someone like Dave Ramsey is really helping these people by telling them never use a credit card because they can't control what they're spending. You always need to make sure that you have more money in your checking account than what you have in debt on your credit. If you skip this step, you will find yourself spiraling out of control and falling into debt quicker than you've ever imagined. This has happened to way too many people in this country. You can never, ever put more money on a credit card than what you will be able to pay off at the end of the month from your bank account. Now, some of these perks might seem unrealistic to you. Like back to my example where they would give you a $200 bonus for just putting $1,000 on a credit card in 3 months. Like, how are these companies able to give you $200? It's because there are so many people out there that are paying large sums of interest on their credit card because they're not paying it off every month like you're going to. So be one of the people that are receiving that $200 and not one of the people that are paying the $200. If I'm able to change the mentality of credit cards are so evil just for one person out there so they can start reaping benefits and not like shying away from any credit cards, that would mean so much to me, and like that would make this video a success. All of this is up to you ultimately. It's just up to your discipline to make sure that you are not spending more than what you have and what you can actually pay off in a month's period. If you can't pay this off at the end of the month, you do need to go out there and cut those evil credit cards up. And if you're doing that and you're using cash only system, I suggest you invest in a really good safe. I really hope that this video has helped some of you out there. If it has, be sure to spread the word. That would mean so much to me. And if you could like and subscribe to the channel, that would also be so appreciated. I want to thank you for watching. I look forward to our next